rain. Oh yeah, that's cool. All right, have a wonderful day. I love you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside, snow is falling and friends are calling you.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to Vlogmas. It's day one, officially. And we're not in the pickup line, we're in the drop-off line. This morning I just took my kiddo to school and I'm about to start my work day. In case you're new here, hi, Veronika. I'm a part-time reseller. I work full-time from home right now. And I have a small human that I also need to parent. So, busy mom, reseller mom, part-time reselling mom. We dropped off the child at school, and by we I mean me. And I guess you're hanging out with me in the car for a little bit. And I figured for today's vlog, what we're gonna do is just hang out for a little bit, car chat. We love it. We'll see what the jackassery level is today. I already had to curse somebody out for just taking their sweet freaking time making a turn when I was waiting for them to make a turn so I could turn. Anyway, after drop off, I'll have to head back home, be at my desk, do some actual work. I don't really have anything super urgent to do reselling related. I have nothing to ship today. Otherwise, I would tell you what's sold, but yeah, it's been a little slow. I had a decent Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever, few days of sales. That was pretty solid. I took a ton of packages to the post office on Monday and then a few yesterday. But since then, it's been very quiet. And if you're selling on Poshmark, let me know if you've seen like very little Poshmark activity. And I'm not just talking likes and sales, but like there's just not been much happening on my feed. Like I don't get a lot of shares, not a lot of follows. I'm like, what is going on? Is this thing on? Are they making changes? Is my stuff not getting seen? What is happening? So I've been trying to try to list daily. It doesn't always happen. Given that I'm part-time and I work 9 to 5 and then I have my kiddo, usually most of my reselling stuff happens after he goes to bed, so which is also when most of my YouTube stuff happens, so that's why I'm just trying to squeeze y'all in here for Vlogmas. But I've been trying to just spend a couple hours in the evening listing, photographing, etc., whatever needs to get done. Right now I don't think I have anything. I have one thing left to photograph, but it's shoes that I need to deal with still. It's a whole different story. But I don't have anything left to photograph, so everything that I need to list is photographed. So I have a e-death pile, as my friend Chloe would say, and I just need to get listing. So I did list a bunch of stuff last night. And then today for this vlog, I figured once I get home and once I have some time to sit down in front of the camera, I'll give you a real update. How about that? We haven't done that in a minute. Partially because I hadn't really sent anything, but then also because I didn't get a payout in October. Jackassery. It's already a day. Okay, so let's try that again. I didn't get any payout from the Real in October, but I did get a pretty decent... Oh my god, why is everybody honking at everybody? I feel like something's up and everybody's just on edge and stressed and tense today, so that's fun. Okay, so the jackassery is like palpable today. People, why are you all like this? Anyway, so I'm heading home, gonna sit at my desk, get some work done, that sort of thing. Not super exciting to watch, I'm afraid, but probably on my lunch break I'll sit down and I will talk to you guys about the Real update. It's been long overdue. My last The Real paycheck was pretty decent, so I do want to share which items sold for me, and then looking at my next one so far, it's not great, but we can also chat a little bit about changes that The Real is making, and if I think that it's still worth it to send items to The Real. And I really hope you can hear me because my car's being very loud today for some reason. So yeah.
5 hours later.
Okay guys, so back at my desk. It's a few hours later. I have about 20 minutes left on my lunch break, so let me just go over my sales from the real quick from the last paycheck, I guess, or payout that I got from the real. I'm going to give you guys an update on what's been selling on there for me lately and what I got paid out for it. Now, I haven't made a video like that in a hot second because back in October I didn't get any payout from the real. I think it was a combination of not having sent items in / items still processing on their end, or just having sold and then, you know, they were still within that return time frame that the real offers. I think it's 21 days. So after that, you get your payout. And I did have a few returns, as always, on the real. So items that sold and were not returned and that I got paid out for on November 15th. In case you're new to the real, you always get paid out on the 15th for any items that sold in that previous period. I know they made some changes recently with the payout amounts that you get. So I think it's items that sell under, that are priced under $100, I want to say. Your payout is only going to be 30%. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be under $200 even. It's, in any case, it's an amount that's way higher than my usual average sales price on the real. So I don't exactly know if it's going to make sense for me to keep sending items unless they're really stale items that I just can't send myself. So let's go over my sales so far, and then you'll see what kind of items are selling for me and why I haven't packed another box yet, aside from the fact that I really don't have that much to send them right now either. So stay tuned for that. I will give updates as that unfolds. In the meantime, by the way, if you like Vlogmas, do hit the thumbs up button and do subscribe if you're not already. So, okay, let's talk about what's sold on the real for me so I can eat the rest of my lunch and then get back to work. Now, I'm going to go from lowest to highest sales for that particular month. So those are my sales technically for October 2021, but I got paid out on the 15th of November. The lowest price item that sold was this Nike Girls Toddler little pink zip-up jacket. I will insert it here. I'm going to insert things here because you can see my chaotic inventory back there. So this was just a 2T toddler jacket that I got from the bins. I had it listed for a little while, but I just decided to toss it in the box when I was sending items to the real already. And yeah, this one sold for 20 bucks and I got 8 as a payout. Now, all of these payouts were before the real made their changes. So this is under their old system where I got paid out 40%. Every once in a while, somebody's using a coupon. The statement I'm looking at right now, I can't tell whether somebody used a coupon or not, but I think you can see it on the screenshots. So this was my lowest sale. Then I have 2 sales that were also still pretty low. Another kids item, this Hannah Anderson girls long sleeve embroidered dress. It was red and white and very adorable. That sold for 28 bucks and I received a payout of $11.20. I've had this for a while. It did get some attention, but yeah, I didn't get any decent offers for it, and I don't think I would have made much more selling this on my own. So I'm glad that that sold on the real. And then the other item that also sold for $28, and that might be a little surprising, was this Christian Dior vintage long sleeve dress shirt, as they called it. That's work messages popping up on my computer in case you can hear that. So that sold for $28 as well. I got this from the bins and sent it straight to the real. I didn't mess with it at all. I may have washed it or steamed it or something, but I didn't list it or anything like that. So I got $11.20 for that, but I put very little to no effort into sending that in. So that works for me. If I can find a Christian Dior boring men's dress shirt and just make 11 bucks for it by pretty much not doing anything, that is okay for me. Next up, we got 2 sales that also sold in that medium price range, at least looking at my prices and what I can sell on the real. The first is this Karen Millen silk scoop neck blouse. I think it had some embroidery on it. I found this at a regular Goodwill. I had it listed. It got a little bit of attention, but then when I realized, oh, the real is actually taking Karen Millen, I decided I'm just going to send it in with the rest of the box. This was a pretty massive amount of items that I sent in. I think I sent them 25 items in that box, so that was pretty solid. So that's also why I'm seeing more sales, of course. So this sold for 40 and I get 16. And then another item that also sold for 40 bucks, which I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more, but I also didn't really know anything about this or how to price it. It was these Vera Wang leather slingback pumps in white. I think They're from like the bridal runway collection, something like that. I was looking up the label and I couldn't really find anything. I was pretty sure they were vintage, and so I decided to just send them to the RealReal. I got those from a ThredUp box, so I'm happy with that. They also sold for 40 bucks, so I also get 16 for them, and they sold relatively quickly, and I don't think I would have been able to sell these on my own for the same amount, maybe, but probably not in that same time frame. So I'm just glad that I didn't have to worry about those. I never listed them either. Then we have another sale from a ThredUp box, or an item that I received from a ThredUp box. This Ralph Lauren crew neck sweater, which really surprised me. It's this very plain basic knit sweater. It was a Ralph Lauren blue label, I want to say. It wasn't polo, it wasn't Lauren Ralph Lauren. I don't think the RealReal accepts that. They might accept polo, I'm not sure actually. But yeah, such a basic sweater. I would have never picked that up in a thrift store or even at the bins. It had some light blemishes that they didn't acknowledge on the RealReal, but it also didn't get returned. So the most basic sweater, I did take pictures of it because I was going to list it, but then I just tossed it in the box. Again, you might be sensing a theme. This sweater sold for $64 on the RealReal, which I could have never sold that for that much. My payout is, did I say $65? $64. My payout was $25.60, which is maybe what I could have made on my own selling this sweater, but probably not. And I would have sat on this forever, I guarantee it. I do not well with Ralph Lauren. The occasional Ralph Lauren does okay for me, but it's just not a brand I gravitate towards. I know there's certain vintage items that can do really well. I have not found them yet, but I also don't seek them out. It's just not a brand I particularly care for. It's preppy and I am not. Okay, so next up we got, let's see. Oh, this was also exciting, also from a ThredUp box. Again, there's a theme here, and I'm so happy this finally sold. This frame plaid men's kind of like dress shirt. I think they had it listed as a women's on the RealReal, which I'm like, no, it's not. It's a men's shirt. This sold for $75. It was new with tags. And I got 30, which is not bad, all things considered, because I've had this for a year. I showed it in my very first ThredUp unboxing, which is also my first video on this channel. I will link it up here if you want to torture yourself and watch it, if you want to go back to the beginnings. I posted that video almost exactly a year ago, so my YouTube anniversary is actually coming up in a few days, and I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do to commemorate that joyous occasion. But in any case, that shirt was in there, and I was really excited because it had a $300 price tag on it. But yeah, I couldn't move it. I had it listed for like $50, I think, and couldn't move it at that price. So the fact that I'm now finally getting $30 for it is totally okay with me. I just wish I would have sent it in sooner, honestly. The next item, you may have guessed it, also came from a ThredUp box. I think this came from the box where I did a collab with Chloe Glamour and Dollar Dr. Jennifer, and we all ordered a 25 item women's clothing box. I think the Ralph Lauren sweater came from that box too. So this Neely Lowton silk v-neck button-up blouse, I'm trying to scoot over without making this camera fall. That also came from a ThredUp box, like I said. It did have a little blemish at the back of the neck, and they didn't disclose it again, but the person didn't return it either. It's so bizarre to me. Anyway, this sold for $95, and it was the most basic shirt ever. And I think the RealReal just sent me an email saying, oh, this is your most liked item. Okay. I mean, it's silk, and it's Neely Lowton. I guess that's how you say the name. But it sold for $95, which means I get 38. Would I have been able to sell it for that much myself? We'll never know, because I didn't bother to list it, because yes, it's a silk shirt. Yes, it's designer, but it's so plain and boring. I don't want to deal with it. So $38, I'm very happy with that, because that pays for probably half that box, and then the Ralph Lauren sweater paid for the other half. So give or take. Okay, my best sale from that month, and one that I'm really happy about, because I remember specifically picking this item up for $1, because it was down to like the 99-cent section at my honey hole. And I picked this up during not the most recent $50 thrift challenge, but the one that we did a couple of months ago, also with Becky Park's group. I will link that video here. This Bogner, or as Americans would say, Bogner, which is not how you pronounce it, but that's fine. Bogna turtleneck sweater. It was vintage. The size was cut out, but the RealReal will take it anyway, and they will just estimate the size and disclose that. And it sold, and it wasn't returned, and it had this like embroidered crest in the front. And this one sold for $125, which is not what I've been able to get. I think I had it listed, motorcycles, I think I had it listed at 60 or 50. I found another one exactly like it that was listed on Macari, I want to say for 50, maybe 75, don't remember. But that was kind of the price range I was looking at and hoping for, and it did get some likes, but nobody ever responded to my offers. So since it sold for $125 on the RealReal, I do get my 40%, which is $50, and I'm very, very happy with that, because that paid for that entire $50 thrift challenge from several months ago, granted, and I've already made my money back on that one. But yeah, I'm really happy that that sold and didn't get returned, and I'm hoping the person's happy with it, but I'm definitely happy with my extra $50, so yay for that. So my total for that month on the RealReal was $206. Tiny writing. Yes, $206.00. So exactly $206 that I got paid out in November for my October sales. So for the next month, the RealReal always shows you what's kind of pending. You know, if nothing gets returned, this is what you're gonna get. And my my commission for this upcoming month is for this upcoming payout period is very, very low. It's my lowest so far because I haven't really been selling much, and my items keep getting marked down, but most of them I just don't want back. So I'm fine with the RealReal marking them down to a point where I only make like $6 off of an item, because right now the last thing I need is more stuff in my house that I've already previously listed and that wouldn't sell for me. So I just want to get rid of it all. I'm about to pack probably 3 big boxes to send to ThreadUp, so do not send it back, the RealReal. Just sell it for whatever, $15 in your clearance, and I get my $4, $5, $6 for it, recover my cost of goods in most cases, and I'm happy to move on with my life. So that's my little update. Like I said, I haven't really sent anything else. I have one top by Lafayette 148 sitting here that I picked up to send to the RealReal before they made their changes. I know I do have some brands in my closet still that I could send to them, and that's my Poshmark closet, not my personal closet, because I don't have fancy stuff. So I'll have to see. I might send them a bunch of my Nike and Columbia and whatever Ralph Lauren have left, which I don't think is anything. It's funny because I look at their clearance and I look at the brands that they have there, and they even have like Adidas and such. I'm like, and Michael Kors, which they would never accept that if you sent that in now, I'm pretty sure. So the fact that they have it in the clearance section is kind of bizarre to me, but also that's probably why it's in the clearance section. Anyway, I digress. I have about 15 minutes left now to eat a quick lunch, or to finish my lunch rather, and then I gotta get back to work. But thanks so much for hanging out with me today for Vlogmas Day 1. I'm excited to keep this going. I hope I can keep up with it. I do have some videos pre-filmed that will be going up during Vlogmas, so it's not gonna be all vlogs. There will be unboxings and hauls and such, and like I said, the whole closet clean out situation, tackling all this inventory behind me and all of that. I'm hoping to throw in a listing live at some point instead of a video. Stay tuned for that. I haven't quite hammered out when I'm going to do that, but that is the plan. I would really love to have a live and maybe have some of my reseller friends on, and we just list and chit chat and yeah, just hang out and have a good time. So again, if you're having fun on my channel, please do subscribe and please do hit the like button. I would really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. Tschüss!